What's up, my people? Welcome to the call. Thank you for showing up. We have a lot of things to talk about today. First things first, I think you guys are crushing it. So proud. I've even had like other teams ask me about you guys and even like want to hop on our calls with us. I'm like, let me talk to them first, you know, because it's a team thing. I love like the energy that we have, our vibe that we have going on. We're missing Antonella too, but Antonella was actually one of my first coaches back then, like a few years ago. She's just starting to get back into coaching, and hopefully she can get back or get on here soon. So yeah, I am loving your guys' progress. Loving it. And I know we're still in Team Cup. We have, what, 2 more weeks? Yeah, we have 14, 15. We have 16 days left. And I know we wanted to make Emerald and we wanted to hit SC. So we have more than enough time to do that. So my suggestion to you guys, if you're not able to get in with your business hours, if you're not able to get everything in, check off your top 3 priorities and make sure you get it in. And one of those priorities should be inviting. Okay. Schedule some times to go ahead and get those out of there. I know we're trying to reach up to 100 people. Make an effort of trying to get at least 2 to 3 people added, invited, connect with them somehow. That's 3 times, how many? 3 times 29, that's almost like, oh my God, I'm so bad at math. Is that like 88?
29? Like,
well, it's about 90. So that's 90 people in 29 days. That's awesome. That's better than 0. Okay. As far as your follow-ups, make sure when you are following up with them, make sure you have a good connection with them first. I'm trying to get a little bit better with that, because sometimes I invite them like the next day and I'm like, wait, I just spoke with them yesterday. And if you find that you're kind of overwhelmed, don't be overwhelmed with talking to people. Because talking to people is a skill. So that's something that you got to try to do every single day. You got to try to talk to somebody new. You always got to be trying to invite someone new so you can get into that habit and take the friction out of it, take the fear out of inviting. Did you guys listen on that call that I posted about fear? No?
totally forgot. I'm so sorry.
Okay. I mean, I posted yesterday, but he hits the point on fear of prospecting. Like he like nails it on the head, and I'm like, yes. So go ahead and listen to that call. It's like 45 minutes, but it's totally worth it. Like I listened to it on my drive, and I had Devin listen to it too, and it will totally just open your mind up to prospecting and give you a different view of what inviting and prospecting is. But remember, like that is what fuels our business, is invites. So this is a skill that we do need to pick up on. Even little by little, as you progress in inviting, you know, sometimes, and remember, each and every single one of you, I'm like pacing back and forth. I'm like, Jessica's going to say no. Beatrice is probably going to hate my guts. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to do it. Send. And then I walk away for a minute after I panic. And then I come back and you guys are like, okay, yeah, tell me more about it. I'm like, oh, thank God. Okay. So if that's what goes through your head, if you need to, hit send, step away for a few minutes, come back to the invite and just talk to them like you guys are friends. Okay. So that's my that's my tip for invites. Another thing I wanted to mention, I don't know if you guys saw the little the post about guys being in the virtual wellness group. Did you guys see that one?
I did.
Okay. So this is my thing, and I was talking about it with Devin. We have the Now Empowered Transformation Group. That was our old group. I don't know if you guys saw it because we haven't really posted in there. I know Beatrice was actually in there when I signed her up.
We didn't know each other. Yeah.
We didn't know
I
each
don't
other.
even know how I ended up in the group. Like, I was
You-
just added.
I had a free 5-day detox group, and Beatrice was in it. She wanted to get further in her nutrition and her goals, so she signed up. But that's the group that we had before, and we're starting it up again because we do have male clients also. So my question to you guys, and I also have like family in there. I don't have any of my family in virtual wellness. So it's two different kind of vibes. But I wanna like also reiterate that this is a family. So I know eventually that your husbands or your fiancés, whatever, you might have male figures that do want to join the group. Okay. So my question to you is do you want to stay in virtual wellness like our people, or would you like to kind of divert into something of our own? Because eventually you could go ahead and add your guys in there. It's going to be a different kind of vibe because virtual wellness is more geared toward females, but because there's mostly females in there. You can still stay in there, of course. You can still like have virtual wellness and have those two teams of support. So you have virtual wellness and now the Now Empowered Transformation. Or you can, you know, veer to either one. But I wanted to ask you guys that first because then we're going to start creating content for the other group.
I personally don't
being with
have
both.
any.
Oh, sorry.
Everybody started talking at the same time.
I'm fine with both. Either or is fine with me.
Sorry.
No, I'm fine.
Nika, I'm going to mute you for a moment. Wait, who's going to speak? I heard Jessica. She said that, Jessica, you said you wanted to, it doesn't.
I would just say either or is fine. I'm good with both groups. I mean, I'm okay with anything, so.
Okay. And what'd you say, Beatrice?
I guess whatever is going to be good for the team. I don't see. I mean, I don't have any guys that I really plan on bringing in right away or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
If y'all want to do more of like a full team vibe, like co-ed, then I mean, if we're all wanting the same things, right? So,
Right.
I mean, at least, but now, like, I'm at least more comfortable kind of posting it in a wellness group now. I don't know. I think when I first started, it was comforting knowing that it was mostly women.
Mm-hmm. But do know when you are in Now Empowered, it's going to be mostly us that are holding each other accountable because there's not as many like active coaches in there. So we're the ones who are going to be coming up with the content. We're the ones who are going to be leading the group.
I see.
With Devin too.
I think that that it's time to branch off. a little bit with the group that
And
we
if you
have.
guys, and it's okay if you're not okay with it. Like, it's totally cool. Like, you can still stay in virtual wellness. I'm not saying that, you know. And Nika, I'm unmuting you. Sorry. I'm muting Beatrice.
Sorry, the boys left, so I'm good now. I think, can you explain the different groups again? Like, I always get confused with them.
Okay, so virtual wellness is more just for the programs, because not everybody in virtual wellness is a coach. Some
Okay.
of them are just, some of them are regular clients. They don't even have the coach discount. It's fitness and wellness. The reason why it's mostly women is because most of us women relate better with other women, and most of our audience is women.
Mm-hmm.
But now the thing is, it's a little bit different for me because my husband is also a coach. So we actually are part of the small group of leader couples that have their own group. And it's been done before. Like, there have been co-ed groups. It's just a matter of how your vibe is when in this group. So our old group was not as active as this group. This is actually our most active group, the virtual wellness. This is the most active group we've ever had, believe it or not. There are some people in virtual wellness that are not comfortable having men in there. So I asked Devin, he said it was okay if there, you know, if there were men in virtual wellness, they could go into our group in Now Empowered, because we also have family in there. I mean, his sister's in there, I believe, and I'm adding my mom. You saw Colleen added her mom for the first time. I'm adding my mom to that group, and there's actually 2 other males from our gym who are also friends with Devin, that are thinking of joining. So that's where it's going to be a little different.
So now, is that, so if we did branch off to the Now Empowered, is that strictly for the coaches, or is it going to be kind of similar to what the wellness?
It's a wellness group, so you don't have to be a coach to be in there, but I would highly recommend at least being a customer. The thing is, like, I don't want you guys to contribute to both groups if it's too much for you. Okay.
I think we all, and I don't know if everybody else agrees, but because I've been in both groups, but you see we support each other more. And I see that we also, I think I've seen all of our names supporting other women, but when we post something, we don't get that same, because we're in it, you know, all of us, I feel like, have the support on it. So I don't think it's going to be hard to do both. But I do think it's a good idea to branch off, because we like encouraging each other and we feed off of each other. So yeah, so if it's friends and family that mesh with us, then I'm sure it's going to mesh with the whole group.
Yeah.
But that's just me.
No, I'm glad you say that, because like, it's true. It's a little bit harder because there's like hundreds of women in there.
Mm-hmm.
Beatrice, you were going to say something?
I don't remember what I was going to say. I totally agree. I really do agree with Nika, though. I'm going more towards, like it. I think it'd be good for us to branch off.
Okay. Awesome. Like I said, again, I'm not saying you have to leave the other group. What I'm probably going to do is I'm going to copy and paste from Now Empowered and then copy or paste it into virtual wellness also, because the thing is, we still want Dream Core's support, you know, and I don't want to abandon Colleen, but we still want their support. And there's actually women in there who are looking up to us, believe it or not. Like, I got messages today and yesterday about you guys. Like even some people just stay quiet. They just do, but they're watching, you know? Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and try to think of something with the group. I know Devin's already started posting in Now or When, Now or When transformation. You guys can start posting in there as well. It's going to get a lot more active once you guys start posting, because we're going to be leading it, you know? Okay. And also with your clients, if they feel more comfortable, you know, just in a women's group, now you still have that option of putting them in virtual wellness versus, you know, a co-ed group if they're not comfortable with it. I'm going to talk to a few of the co-ed group leaders and see how they do it. And from what I know, they're very successful. So we'll see how that goes. Okay. So, porn girls and escorts. I know we're getting some of those. I don't know how we're getting them. We're getting a few creepers. So what I think happened is, since we're all tagged in each other's posts or tagged in each other's IG stories, they're like trying to feed off of all of us, because I've gotten a few too. And
I
that's
haven't gotten anything like that.
really?
No.
That's recent, because I haven't gotten those before.
I've gotten 5 of them. They all want us.
They're all
Yeah,
like,
I've got to say, I've gotten a lot more too. I think it was like at least a quarter of my responses for the last post I had.
oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
Did you block all of them?
I did.
Oh my God. I blocked mine too. I was like, what? No, I'm a girl. Weird. Ew. So my recommendation is if you do get them, Beatrice, if you get them, block them.
Yeah.
Block them. And I have seen some IG stories from coaches where they put like in little fine print underneath their poll, and they'll say women only, no business DM or something like that. I haven't seen them a
I've
lot.
seen that.
I've seen a few. Yeah. So that could work too. And I used to put the flags of the US flag, Canadian, and England, because I was getting a lot of people from India, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't work with you. So I used to put those flags to those countries only, if you want to start incorporating that also.
Oh, France soon.
Peer groups. So I know I told you guys that your interest groups are another way to go ahead and start new friendships, new contacts, new connections. But one thing I didn't tell you is to be careful, because certain groups, like especially if they're related to depression, or if they're groups related to what did I say earlier, Beatrice? Related to the heart, or like my PMDD group, I'm so careful with, because some people in there who are dealing with those kind of challenges, sometimes they're just in there to vent. They're in there to escape from their, you know, realistic life, their real life. And they're not ready for that message. I'm going to mute you guys, sorry. I muted myself. Okay. All right. So I muted everyone. All right. So they're just not ready for your message, some of them. So you just be really careful and feel the vibe out with certain people in there. I usually only talk to the people that I know are ready and kind of have a mindset like mine where they're trying to really find help. They're trying to find a solution. Whereas others are just there, either they complain a lot, they're depressed and they want to vent and things like that. So look for people who are ready for your message. And you'll feel that out once you start talking to them. Because I've come across many that were not ready for my help. Okay. So look for people that do want help. That's for peer groups. Oh, and another thing, if there is someone in your Facebook, someone in your Instagram that you find is bringing down your energy or like literally sucking the life out of you, or they're just negative, like a negative kind of energy, delete them immediately, because all they're doing is really taking the joy from you, and we don't want that, because you got to show up here with me, okay? And we're gonna coach and have fun. I don't want you all sad when you're on these calls. Okay, sorry. I get hood. So that's the truth though. I'm serious. But even Chelsea Pearson said it. If someone is draining you and stealing your joy away from you, delete them immediately. And I've done it many times. Okay. I don't say many, but a few times. So don't be ashamed. I think we talked about everything that I wanted to go about. How are you guys are like breaking comfort zones like no other. So I think it's awesome. I'm so proud of you guys. Still experiment a little bit more on IG stories. Are you guys hashtagging in IG stories? Yes? Okay, good. Okay. You need to. Okay. We need to, because we need more exposure. Beatrice, you're not hashtagging, like, ever? What? Talk to me, why?
No, okay. Thank you. I wanted you to go over hashtags. I wrote that down because I wanted to understand how they work.
Okay.
Like, how do these hashtags work, really? I know that you explained it, but I still kind of like don't get it.
Okay. What do you not get about the hashtags? That you can find people, or you don't know what hashtags to use? Or both?
Both, and like the hashtags that I use, what is that doing for me?
Okay, that is giving you exposure, because when you click on a hashtag, so say for example, you put in your search bar, fit moms, just an example. Your post is going to come up under that hashtag, because people of similar interests, people who are fit moms or want to get fit, are going to click on that hashtag and they're going to see all these posts. So whenever you see that little number, it says 4.6 M, that means 4.6 million posts. So when I hashtag PMDD, there's maybe like 40,000, which is cool, because I know for me, that gives me a chance to kind of show my face in those boxes under the hashtag. Your goal ultimately, or eventually, is to get on top, is to get into the first 9 boxes. Okay. And I always check to make sure that my hashtags work. So what I do is I make the post, I put in the hashtag, and then I go into, and I don't do this all the time, but I probably do it like twice a week. I take a look at that hashtag and I'm like, okay, is my post in this hashtag? Because if it's not, then I have some work to do. I need to get my, I need to get more exposure, or I need a different hashtag. So fit mom is very general. With your hashtags, go as specific as possible. I think I was talking about that with Nika before too. So it's not, sometimes it's not enough to be Fit Mom because it has 4.6 million followers in there, or 4.6 million posts in there. So you want to do like Fit Mom of 4 boys or something like that. It's very specific. And it only has like 20,000 posts in there, which is a pretty good number. So you want a good mix. You want, IG stories will only allow 30 hashtags. Yeah, unless they changed it and I don't know about it, but 30 hashtags. And you want to mix them up. So this is the thing. I have, depending on my post, and this is why I tell you guys, like, set your posts out for the week. I copy and paste my posts into a notepad. So I have hashtags. I have 30 hashtags for my when I'm posting up about PMDD. I have 30 hashtags for when I do yoga, 30 hashtags for working out, 30 hashtags for when I was planning my wedding, 30 for food, if I'm posting about food. And you kind of want to mix them up, because if you use them too often, consistently in a row, Instagram is going to like think that's kind of spammy. So 30 hashtags for your posts. I believe IG stories, they will allow you 10 hashtags. So what I do in my stories is I actually copy and paste into my stories for each and every single one of my stories. It's just so much easier to paste my 10 hashtags in the story. For your post though, make sure your 30 hashtags are in the comments box, not in your actual message, not in your post.
Is that for IG and Facebook?
Facebook, not too big on hashtags. Facebook doesn't really use hashtags often.
Okay.
They're not known for it. If you do a hashtag in Facebook, I would say don't make any more than 3 hashtags in your post. I believe you can put it in the actual post.
Mm-hmm.
As for Instagram, if you put it in your actual post, Instagram's going to think it looks spammy.
Okay.
So make sure it's in the comment box.
I think this was the first time I actually put, like, because I'm on Instagram right now, that I actually, I don't think I ever realized that you could look at things like that, because I'm not big on, I'm more of a Facebook user, you know?
Okay, that's fine.
So, and I guess because I don't know, it's because my age group or what, but it came out first, right? Didn't it come out first before
Facebook? Yeah, Facebook came out first. So Facebook was like the thing.
That's like, yeah, my age group thing. So
it's funny because one of the newer coaches was like, "Oh, you're like the old school Beachbody." I'm like, "What? How old?" Where like I came from the Facebook world where, you know, we had 6 posts a day that we had to come up with. We didn't have Instagram. But now it's, you know, most of our people are on Instagram. But either way, you should be working both. I was more prominently on Facebook, but now my Instagram is picking up a lot. So I that's why I do both. But if you're more comfortable with Facebook, jam on Facebook.
I need to get more comfortable with Instagram. I need to get more familiar and more comfortable with Instagram, because I feel like with Facebook, I'm like at a, I don't know if I want to say plateau, but like,
you're stuck.
Yeah, you kind of get stuck there, because, you know, like there's so many, it's like the same friends, you know, the same groups.
Right. You can add up to 5,000 people on your Facebook.
Yeah.
Once you reach 5,000, Colleen's reached 5,000. I'm at like 2,500. But the reason why is because we were building our Facebook following. We were going through Suggested Friends, the peer groups, and that's how we were making followers. which I still do. I do both. So the cool thing about Instagram though is it's like it's geared towards your target market. Your hashtags are geared towards your target market because of the hashtag, the power of the hashtag. So that's really the difference between both of them. You can work one or the other or both. It's just, it really all depends on your flow and what you want to do.
So like Facebook, I have like 900 friends.
Uh-huh.
On Instagram, I have about 200 followers, but it's almost like the same people. You know what I mean? So I really think I need to work on the Instagram.
Okay. If you want to work on Instagram,
familiar with it, yeah.
You gotta engage. Like both of these, no matter what, both of these are looking for engagement. You gotta be connecting behind the scenes, commenting on other people's stuff. They want to see that you are not there as a robot. They want the social medias want to actually see that you are connecting and engaging. So that's why I have the polls. That's why I have the chats. And that's why I have those questions, is for engagement and conversation. Every single person that answers my posts, my polls, comments, my likes, I'm always talking to them. Always. Especially those that answer like a question, I'm on them, because those are your people. That's your tribe. Those are the people that are trying to connect with you. They want to work with you. So those are very important people to connect with. All right. So you have a little better understanding of hashtags?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know why Instagram has always like scared me. It seems so much more public. I guess that's why. You know, like it's so much more out there. And
when
that's
when I started growing my following, when I was like starting to be consistent, I was at 200 followers. I was where you are. Now I'm close to 2,000. So
oh wow.
Keep building. Wow. It takes time, but you got to be patient. Any more questions about Instagram? What I can do to help? Oh, yes. One thing I forgot to mention, when you're posting your story, it's more aesthetically pleasing to the eye when you separate every few sentences. There's literally an app that helps you break up the paragraphs where they need to be. It's super crazy. Like that's how serious it can be. How serious storytelling can be. I forgot what the app is, but I'll get back to you on it. So page break app. There is also, I don't know if you guys are interested in using Lightroom yet. That's what I'm using for my edits. If you want to go into that, but message is always first. Your message is always first. So, but you need that scroll stopper. So make sure you get a killer ass picture. If you need to, if you find, and this, I know it's like totally weird, but it's influencer life, hashtag. If you find some space that you find really cool on the street, be like, babe, can you just take like 10 pictures of me doing stuff right here? And you're going to backlog those photos into your phone for future posts. I do it all the time. Don't be embarrassed. Influencer life, get used to it. And just let the people who are taking the pictures, just let them know, like, please take this picture, and I'm sure they'll be more than happy to take the picture for you. My IG husband already knows, so. Some of you guys are gonna get IG husbands, so.
What's up? I have a question.
Yeah.
What about stories? How do other people that you don't necessarily follow yet, how do they view your stories? like, because of course, whoever I'm following, right, I can see their stories up on top.
Mm-hmm.
So do you have to go to somebody's page specifically to view their story? Or is there like a magic place?
There's a magic place. So it's all from the algorithm that Instagram has. The more you're connecting with certain people, the more they're going to see your posts. So that's why you're probably constantly seeing Karen's posts or Karen's stories all the time. Not only is she active on Instagram, which Instagram loves when you use their stuff, but she is also connecting with you. If you weren't connecting with her, and remember, you can only see, I think it was 6%. You can only see 6% of the people that you have that are following you, or you following them, something like that. And I tested it out because I was looking at my reach, and we'll talk about this more. Analytics is what we call it. I haven't talked to you guys about this yet, but there's an analytic button that you guys probably see when you check your stories. Okay. And it tells you the reach that Instagram has given you. And it'll tell you, you have reached 57 people. 57 people have actually been reached, and they view your post, or they view your Instagram story, sorry. And I was like, okay, well, 57 times, it was 0.57 times 1,875 people that I have. And it came out to that, or I did the numbers, you know what I mean? It was 1875 times 0.6. That's what it was. And it came out to that number. So truth be told, that's how they figure it out. Does that make sense? Sometimes I don't explain stuff right, because stuff there's a lot going on in here. So sometimes I speak faster than my thoughts. That makes sense.
Yeah, there's a lot more in here than I've ever paid attention to before.
Okay, I will, I think I posted an Instagram tips video for you guys a little while back. I'll go ahead. I'm going to start to make units on the page so you guys can navigate easier in our page, but you can also find any of the trainings in Dreamcore also.
Right.
I'll start to write it down. Units in now. Okay, so I'll make units so you guys can easily navigate, like our trainings and stuff. How are we doing? Did we finish the trainings? Did you guys do like the initial basic training of coaching? Yeah, the 15 days of training. Yeah, Jessica.
I so forgot about that after like day 3.
Yeah. Guys, be resourceful. If you have questions, take a look at the trainings, because it's probably there. It's either there or guys, Google, YouTube. You guys can always ask me, but you're gonna need to know these things, because once you start having your own groups, you're gonna have to point to them where everything is also. Yeah, but check out the trainings. Where's my phone?
Are you talking about the training like on the Beachbody? Which
No,
training?
the training in your email that I first sent you when you became a new coach. Yeah, that training.
Write it down.
Yeah, write that down. Do you guys have any other questions? Oh, and we gotta make some goal deadlines here. So we have a lot going on with February. Try to have the trainings done by mid-March at least, trainings. And I'm talking about the basic coach trainings done by March. But obviously, if you already know about the stuff in some of the videos, you can skip them, you know. But I want you guys to get a good like grasp of the basics first before you keep going.
Well, I can start doing that after work because I always have an hour.
There you go. What was I going to talk about? Emerald. How are we doing in the back end of our invites? Are we like having any challenges? Any questions about it? I'm actually going to post.
I have people.
Yeah.
I have people that ever since I started just being more active, and for me it's easier to be a lot more active on Instagram because it's people. I mean, I have some family and friends, but it's a lot of people I don't know, so there's no judgment. That's just how I am.
Because like I don't know.
So I'm singing. I'm not that great, but I noticed that the more active I am, and I have been doing what you said, just commenting and anything, and I'm getting like more feedback. So I'm starting to start those conversations, and people are just asking me what I'm doing. So I feel like it's getting closer to what I'm looking at. I had one lady where I work, she overheard me talking about it with my coworker because I'm trying to get my coworker in it. So I was just talking to her about it today. But it's a lady who lives there, and she asked me, she goes, "Did I hear you do training?" And I'm like, what kind of training are you talking about? And I didn't feel 100% comfortable because it's her mother, and her mother's on a walker and like is trying to she needs to like walk, basically lose weight and get healthy, but she doesn't listen to her granddaughter. And it's just like it's that gray area where they live where I work, and I don't know if I should cross that. And then if anything happened, because she's an elderly lady, so I'm like, I don't know if I want to do that.
She is elderly. She is well-deserved elderly. She's an adult and she can make her own choices. So
yeah,
if you guys see, there is a disclaimer in every program that, it's not on us if they decide to quit. And I've had people in my family quit and they went off to the gym, or they're doing some kind of boot camp. And it's all good. Everybody has their thing. But if somebody's asking you for help, help them, because they want what you have. They want to get results. So
well, it wasn't her. It was her daughter.
Or her.
She doesn't have patience for her grandma or her mom.
Well, you can always recommend 2B Mindset to her. That's why I say get familiar with the programs, because she can do 2B Mindset, because you don't need to be able to work out in order to do that.
That's what I was just thinking about when you were talking about it.
Yeah. And there's also Tai Chang. Tai Chang is, I guess it's more for those in recovery. Check out Tai Chang. I actually did one of the classes in Tai Chang. Or she can do some kind of yoga. I don't know how old she is, but she's in a walker, right? You said. Okay. All right.
No yoga.
So probably no yoga, but she can work on losing weight with 2B Mindset. But this is what I want to get you guys out of being in the habit of, is making decisions for people, because there are some people who really do need it. And we have a gift. This is a gift that anyone can do. So if we say that if I can do it, you can do it, we have to stick true to that. And we have to believe in that, because if we don't, then they're going to feel it. People know when you're like not sure of yourself, and people know when you don't 100% believe in something. They can feel that. And you guys know that too, because you feel it when, if I wasn't 100% in Beachbody, you guys would feel it, right? Into what I do. So, help her the best you can. Our goal is to help people. That's what we do, So from what you know and from what you share, recommend the best that you can to her grandma. I mean, she's asking you.
Mm-hmm.
That's a blessing. She's not asking anyone else. She's asking you. She's not asking Beachbody. She's not asking any other trainers. It's you. That means you're doing something right, people are watching. And I will tell you this right now, most of the people that I have signed up have never liked my posts, never really commented. So just remember, likes are not that important. They're not as important as the message, because people are still watching. Some people are just afraid to like. Some people are afraid to comment. So they're not hugely important, but they are important as far as exposure. But the message is more important. Okay. And I don't know why people sign up with me, even though they don't like my stuff or comment, but they do. So that's just proof in the pudding right there. Anything else, guys? Are we okay with the 8 o'clock, by the way? Yeah. Nika just
Yeah. I'm
Okay.
good usually.
Okay, good. I just want to make sure, because splitting up 5:30 and then taking a break and then 8 o'clock is kind of, if I can get everything in 1 hour, that'd be awesome. So, all right. By the way, next month, I am going to when you guys hit Emerald, I am going to kind of stand back a little bit more and let you guys take the lead, and now empowered. But for now, you're going to see how we run it. Okay? Be ready. All right, my loves, if there's nothing else, I will let you go. It's 9 o'clock Eastern time. All right?
Thanks for doing
Bye.
this at this time for me, guys.
Of course, we love you. And I still got to critique your post for today. So,
Yes, please critique me.
yes, I will. All right, guys. Love you.
Love
Bye.
you. Bye.
Bye.